Hello Sagittarius, thanks for joining me for the September Taroscopes. As always, we're going to start with the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation. And then we're going to follow it up with the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which is also my own creation. This is out over here because every month I do offer love readings on Vimeo for all signs. And this, I use a different deck every month. And for the September readings, I'll be using the good old Hanson Roberts deck, which I know many of you like because I used to use it all the time in the YouTube readings. Let's get on to the reading for Sagittarius for September. If you want to find out about any of that stuff, you can check the little eye in the sky below, or visit my website to find out about anything here and how to get your own readings, all that stuff. Books, decks, readings, art. Okay. Hi Sagittarius. What is going on for September? I got a couple cards here. I think this goes first, then that, then that. Okay. Okay. Just my rings are coming off a little bit from Sagittarius. I'm just gonna, I feel like I want to grab these sticker outers. I had a great list one time. I asked you guys what it was and volunteers. So that was one that I really liked. The cards that stick out. By the way, I mean, it's totally up to you, but I see readers when cards are flying out and they're just sticking them back. I mean, that's totally spirit coming to you. I would never stick them back in if they fly out. I think that's, you should always look at it, at least, even if you don't want to incorporate it into your spread. But I digress. Let's take a look here. Some of you, some big legal decision looks like it's coming down for some of you. There's a decision that's being made, and it's justice is done. It's a legal thing. It's, you know, something, and it's in the upright position, so it's going in your favor. And the very central card of this whole spread here is the Ace of Swords, and that is a victory and triumph, breakthrough. That's the number. Whatever's on top on these cards is always the thing that I felt was like the most important or the biggest keyword associated with it. Another thing, if you see things moving or changing or words standing out to you with these cards, that's the idea. You need to pay attention to that because that's spirit talking to you as well. But anyways, Ace of Swords, victory and triumph. Often the Ace of Swords is a card that tells us that something that just seemed maybe wasn't going to happen, seemed impossible, seemed like it was just not going to happen, and it does. You know, it's a turnabout. And you know, we're still coming off of last month with those eclipse energies. That's still going to be a little bit active. So it could have been something that went down in the eclipse, and then boom. I'm still offering those eclipse readings till the end of August if you're watching this in August. But anyways, back to this. It's a new beginning too, because look, we have this Ace of Swords. That's a new beginning. This is up in the air, yes. And then the Magician. The Magician is also a new beginning, you know. So the Magician is about you being empowered, you taking control. He's also a number 1, 11, 2 ones. So it could have to do with 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, or the 11th. You know, it could be a key date. But the decision's coming down. There's a decision that's made, and then everything's open. It may have looked kind of grim by the looks of these cards up here. It may have looked sort of grim. It may have looked like it wasn't going to happen. Now, I'm seeing the word goat in here. And maybe there's something specific that has to do with a goat for some people. But when I hear goat, I think of Capricorn. So it might have had something to do with a Capricorn, or maybe even in the time of Capricorn. So that would have been all the way last year in this January 1, the first month. So maybe for some of you, this could have been something that went down in January even. I need a drink, excuse me. It might have been something that happened all the way back in January. But in either case, it seems like it's finally coming to an end. it seems like it's, you know, it's a big breakthrough and it's a big move forward. It's like a big leap for you. I'm hearing quantum leap. So I feel like it's a big forward. It's the end of a battle, too, because this card is a card of battling and fighting, and it was causing you a lot of stress, and they're both in the reverse position. So it says that that's over now. The stress is over, the battle's over, and there is a person in reverse down here. So this very well could be like the main person that you've been fighting with or arguing or in a lawsuit with or whatever the case may be. Could be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Could have happened again in water time. Now that would have been in July. That would have been the last time we were in July. I want to say Scorpio really strong though. I don't know if it's Scorpio time all the way back in November or the Scorpio time coming up in late October, November, or the person is a Scorpio. And by the way, it's not gender specific in these readings. It could be anybody, male or female. But that's all coming to an end, and you're really turning a corner, and it's a bright new day. That's what I want to tell you. You know, it's a brand new day. These are all indications of some new beginning, and it has very much to do with this decision. It may have not been. It could be something that you were waiting on, that would involve legal. Maybe you're trying to sell a house, because that was the deed. You know, there's deeds and legal things go on with selling houses or contract work. You know, maybe you're waiting to hear back from somebody, or you're competing with this other person or something. But for most of you, it feels like it's a settling of a dispute of some sort. Like this is a negative thing. This might have been the person that's just kept you waiting. You know, again, it could have been, you know, you're waiting to hear back from them, and you don't hear back, and then all of a sudden you hear back. You hear something. You're hearing something back. You're hearing some kind of news. Or maybe it's just you've been struggling and dealing with somebody at work that you don't get along with. And then you hear the news and you've signed this contract for this other financial thing, you know, and you can just tell him where to get off, him or her. You know, you've been wanting, it just feels like you've been wanting to move forward, and you have been feeling kind of stuck or in a holding pattern, and then there's some kind of big breakthrough, and bam, you know, there it goes. Okay, let's get the card out for the Beast Mistress. Let's pull that card out. What's the Beast Mistress card for our Saggies? Frog, taking big leaps, right? Yeah. Take a look at it, and take a look at all these cards, because if anything stands out to you in these cards, that's a good way of Spirit talking to you. Or just like I saw goat, it doesn't say goat, you know, but if you see something in it looks like another word, that's okay too. Okay, frog, rainmaker, alchemist, clairaudient, fertility, transformation, metamorphosis, safe passage into the netherworld, the final stages of growth, you have arrived. Yeah, it is transformation, and there is a big so in order to have a new beginning, this old thing, you're transforming out of this old situation and moving into a new situation. But I didn't put it on the card, but what I always think of when I think of frog is leaps. You know, things just, did I say quantum leap for you guys? I think I did. So it is like it's a big leap, and that's what it feels like. You know, it feels like it's this big leap is potentially possible for many of you Sagittarians. So it's looking really sweet. It's looking really good. You're stepping your foot upon a new path. You're jumping off this, jumping into this new path or this new reality here, and it looks really, really favorable. Okay, hey Sagittarians, I want to thank everyone. Last month I did mention how YouTube earnings are down for all YouTubers. So you need to support all your YouTube favorites across the board. But everybody, there was a big outpouring of support emotionally and financially to some degree, but many people were buying the decks and books and ordering readings, and that's what keeps this free, or donating a couple dollars, or ordering the love readings on Vimeo. You know, that's what keeps this free, because it's not really producing any income anymore, but I know that everybody loves it, and so I keep doing it, and you guys really came out in spades and really did show your appreciation, and I really do appreciate that. I want to thank everyone, and I'm thankful for your support in the past and continued support. It means a lot to me. It's what keeps me doing the videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and have a great month of September, and I'll speak to you soon.